Welcome to CanaDream. It's a pleasure having you as our guests. We're about to take you on a tour of your RV, so you're prepared and confident about all the features inside and outside the RV before you set off on your road trip. You might feel that there's a lot to take in during this video, but don't worry, you can watch it again. We have it on our website, in the CanaDream Club app, and we email the links after you have completed online check-in. You'll be given a copy of our detailed guest guide when you pick up your RV. This is your on-the-road, go-to guide covering almost everything you can think of about your RV. Keep it handy and in a safe place. You'll also receive our handy how-to guide, which you can use to become familiar with your RV before you leave our station. Please make sure you talk to our friendly guest service agents when picking up your RV if you have any questions. If you think you need more tuition at pickup, please book a personal demonstration, which offers a 30-minute detailed demonstration from one of our expert agents. You can add this on during online check-in. Let's get started. First, we'll quickly run through the symbols used in this demonstration video. Requires electricity. This symbol indicates this feature will only work when your RV is connected to shore power. Requires propane. This symbol indicates that this procedure functions with propane gas. Requires battery. This symbol indicates that the 12-volt battery system is required for the operation. Use sani dump station. This symbol indicates that the procedure should only be performed at a registered sani dump station. This video covers a number of different RV models, so you may notice some differences with the position of things as you walk around your own RV. The functions of each component are the same. We'll start our demonstration by taking an exterior tour of the RV, beginning at the passenger side of the RV. You'll see multiple external features, notably the propane tank, along with the fridge, furnace, and water heater exhaust vents, which must be kept clear at all times. Check that the water hose, waste hose, and electrical cord are in the outside compartments. The freshwater tank has been filled for you. To refill the freshwater tank, remove the freshwater hose from its storage compartment and connect it to the campsite water source. Insert the other end of the hose into the freshwater fill opening and turn on the campsite tap. Once the tank is full, water will start flowing back out of the filler hole. Turn off the tap and remove the hose and replace the cap. To access the water in the freshwater tank, ensure the water pump switch on your monitor panel is on. The water in the freshwater tank is safe for cooking and cleaning. We recommend you use bottled water for drinking. If you have a water supply available at your campsite, you will be able to hook up to the city water supply and avoid using the water in your tank. Attach one end of your freshwater hose to the campsite water supply and the other end to the connector on the side of the RV and turn on the tap part way. When using the city water supply, turn off the water pump on the monitor panel. The main power switch in your RV, sometimes referred to as the battery disconnect switch, is located by the coach door and must remain in the on position for the coach battery to provide power to your RV. The lights inside your RV, along with the furnace fan and fridge panel, will operate off the coach battery when you're not connected to a campground power pole. Your air conditioner, 110-volt power plugs, and microwave require you to be connected to shore power or have the generator running for these to work. To check the condition of the battery, you must first disconnect from the campsite power pole and ensure both your engine and generator are off. If the voltage gauge on your monitor panel is not reading at least 12.2 volts, we recommend you recharge the battery by running your RV engine or starting the generator. The battery will also charge when you're connected to the campsite electricity supply. Connecting the RV to the campsite electricity supply is simple and easy. Remove the RV power cord from the RV. Some RVs will already have the cord connected at the RV. If not, plug one end into the receptacle on the RV, then turn the collar to lock the cord. If there is a breaker on the campsite power pole, switch it to the off position. Plug the other end of the cord into the campsite power pole, then switch the campsite breaker to the on position if necessary. The power cord has a plug for a 30 amp service. If a 30 amp service is not available, use the 15 amp adapter. A 15 amp service will limit the simultaneous use of appliances. To prevent tripping the power, use one electrical item at a time. The correct fuel type is shown on the fuel tank door. Only fill your RV with gasoline. Check the pump at the gas station every time you fill up to make sure the fuel type being used matches the instruction on the fuel cap door. Guests are responsible for all costs if the wrong fuel is used. Waste from your toilet and water from your sink and shower are collected in holding tanks under the RV. You can check the tank levels on the monitor panel inside your RV. Pushing the gray button will show the level of the wastewater tank, while the black button will show the level of the toilet waste. You shouldn't empty your tanks until they're at least half full. Only empty your tanks at an approved Sandy dump location. Remove the waste hose from the storage compartment. Remove the dust cap from the waste pipe outlet and connect the waste hose. You'll need to twist it to ensure it's firmly attached. Place the opposite end into the Sandy dump hole. In some RVs, the waste hose will be permanently attached at the RV end. In this case, you need only to insert the opposite end into the Sandy dump hole. Always drain the black waste tank first. Pull the black handle until it stops. Once the black waste is drained, flush the toilet with a full bucket of fresh water to rinse the black waste tank. Once the water is finished draining, close the black waste tank valve. Pull the gray handle until it stops. When the gray tank has completely drained, raise the hose where it's connected to the RV and keep the hose elevated, while hand over hand, moving towards the opposite end of the hose. This will help to drain the hose completely. Close the gray waste tank valve, detach and store the waste hose, and replace the cap on the outlet pipe. Add toilet chemical to the toilet and flush with lots of water. Repeat this process every time you drain the waste tanks. Please note that the waste tank levels shown in the monitor panels can sometimes be inaccurate due to the sensors being blocked by waste material. We recommend you monitor the usage and remind yourself to empty the tanks every 2 to 3 days. To help prevent blocking the sensors, always flush the toilet with plenty of water. Only use toilet paper suitable for RV tanks. Other paper may cause blockages. Never pour grease, oil, coffee grounds, or other food waste down the toilet or sinks. Guests are responsible for costs to repair or empty clogged tanks. When the RV is connected to the campground sewer system, you'll need to keep the valves closed to allow the tanks to fill. The propane gas tank supplies fuel for the furnace, water heater, stove top, and in some cases, the fridge, freezer. The propane tank is located on the outside of the RV. It will be full when you pick up the RV and does not need to be refilled prior to your return. The approximate level of the propane is shown on the gauge of the propane tank. Note that 80% capacity equals full to allow room for gas expansion. If you need to refill the tank, simply visit a gas station that supplies bulk propane and get the attendant to do this. Propane refills are at guest expense. The propane gas system is designed to allow travel with the propane tank valve open. Before refueling your RV or boarding a ferry, it is important that the propane gas tank valve is closed. All propane-fueled appliances, other than the refrigerator, must be switched off when the vehicle is in motion. You have now seen the exterior of the RV, so now it's time to look in the driver cab. Sit in the driver's seat and adjust the seat position and the side mirrors so you can clearly see the rear. Take some time to become familiar with the controls, indicators, lights, windscreen wipers, temperature controls, etc. You will see a sticker on the dashboard indicating the maximum height of your RV. Locate the tow haul button. This engages the engine brake when you're driving down steep hills and avoids the overuse of your RV brakes. Your RV has an automatic transmission. Before you can put the RV into gear, you'll need to put your right foot on the brake. This foot will also operate the accelerator pedal, so your left foot can take a complete rest when driving the RV. The far left pedal on the floor is the parking brake. To engage the parking brake, depress the brake pedal with your left foot. To release the parking brake, lift the lever marked Brake Release on the left-hand side of the driver console. Now let's look inside. Enter the RV through the coach door on the passenger side. Once inside the RV, look for the battery disconnect switch in the step well, which controls the main power to your RV. This must remain in the on position for the coach battery to provide power to your RV. Locate the position of the solar controller, the exterior light switches, interior light switches, the monitor panel, and the furnace and air conditioning controls. Ventilation is necessary when operating propane appliances. Open a window or vent, and always use the exhaust fan located in the hood above the stovetop. Use the portable lighter to light the burners by positioning the lighter flame over the burner to be lit. Push the knob in and turn it to the light high position. Then adjust the flame to the desired level. For instructions on lighting the oven, please refer to your guest guide. Note that your RV may be fitted with a convection microwave in place of an oven. Please refer to your guest guide for operating instructions. Your RV may be fitted with a combination fridge, which runs off both propane and electricity, or it may have a fridge which operates only off the 12-volt battery. To operate the fridge on propane, ensure the propane gas valve is open. Press the on-off button located on the panel at the top of the fridge. Press the gas button in, and the auto indicator will light. The auto feature allows the fridge to switch between propane gas and electricity when the RV is plugged into a 110-volt power source. To adjust the temperature setting, slide the white plastic tab on the cooling fins at the back of the fridge. Moving the tab up will decrease the temperature by 1 to 2 degrees Celsius in approximately 30 minutes. If your fridge runs on 12 volts only, open the fridge door and locate the temperature control. Press and hold the set button for 10 seconds until the flashing light turns solid. The fridge is now on. To control the temperature of the fridge, push the set button and adjust it to the desired temperature between 1 and 5. To turn the fridge off, press and hold the set button for 10 seconds until the solid light starts to flash. For both fridge types, the fridge takes up to 6 hours to cool down after starting. You may also need to adjust the temperature of the freezer. To do this, turn the knob to the right and allow the freezer to cool before making further adjustments. The fridge freezer may not operate properly if the RV is not on level ground. The furnace operates using propane and utilizes a fan powered by your coach battery to circulate air throughout the RV. To operate the furnace, press the on-off button once. Press the mode button until the heat indicator is lit. Press the fan button until the auto indicator is lit. Press the temp arrow buttons to select the temperature. Press the temp down arrow and the fan button at the same time to switch the display between Celsius and Fahrenheit. The furnace should be switched off before driving the RV. To operate the air conditioning, press the on-off button once. Press the mode button until the cool indicator is lit. Press the fan button until the auto indicator is lit. Press the temp arrow buttons to select the temperature. Press the temp down arrow and the fan button at the same time to switch the display between Celsius and Fahrenheit. When operating the air conditioner, don't be alarmed if you notice water running off the roof of the RV. This condensation runoff is normal. The RV toilet is equipped with a flush lever located behind the lid or a foot pedal on the base. Before using the toilet for the first time, and every time after you empty your waste tanks, add a toilet chemical pod to the toilet and flush with a full bucket of water. Only use toilet paper approved for use in RVs, and use lots of water when flushing. Never flush paper towels, facial tissue, feminine hygiene products, or diapers into the toilet, as these will clog the waste pipe and will render the toilet unusable. Never attempt to unclog the RV toilet with caustic chemicals. These will damage the toilet mechanism. The bathroom also contains a sink and a shower. The shower may be equipped with a water saver button located on the shower head. After adjusting the water temperature at the taps, use the water saver button to stop or start the flow of water while showering. This will help reduce water usage in your RV. If there is no water flow to your shower, the water saver button may already be engaged. Push it to start water flow. The monitor panel displays the approximate levels in the freshwater tank, black waste tank, gray waste tank, and propane gas tank. You can also check the condition of the coach battery and turn the water pump on here. The monitor panel also has the control for the generator, the slide out, and the switch for the hot water heater. To check the approximate amount of water available in the freshwater tank, push that button and hold it in. The lights will show the level of the tank. The monitor panel is for convenience only, and the levels shown by the indicators are approximate. On occasion, the black and gray waste tank level indicator on your monitor panel may read incorrectly. The waste tank sensors can be compromised by by material inside the tank. This can cause faulty readings on the panel. The switches for the hot water heater are on the monitor panel. If you're connected to shore power and the electric water heater switch is on, the water will be heated by electricity. When you're not connected to shore power, the water can be heated using propane. To heat the water using propane, press the gas water heater switch to the on position. It takes a significant amount of power to heat water electrically, so avoid running the air conditioner, microwave, and water heater at the same time, as this may trip the breakers in the RV or on the campsite power pole. You can choose to continue to heat the water using propane even if you're connected to campsite electricity. Note it'll take about 20 minutes to heat a full tank of water. The water heater must be switched off before driving the RV. The slide will only operate if the ignition is on and the parking brake engaged. Make sure you inspect the outside area for clearance before extending the slide. Move the driver's seat all the way forward before pressing the slide switch. To extend the slide room, follow any instructions by the slide switch. Press and hold out on the switch until either the motor stops or a clicking sound is heard. When the slide is in motion, no guests should be in the slide room. The slide room should always be in either the fully extended position or the fully retracted position, not halfway. Before retracting the slide room, ensure the floor and space around the slide are clear. Move the driver's seat all the way forward. Press and hold in on the slide switch until either the motor stops or a clicking sound is heard. If you have questions, check the instructions by the slide switch. When the RV is parked and no campsite power is available, the generator can supply power to the power outlets, coach air conditioner, and microwave. TV and DVD player where equipped. The generator requires a well-charged coach battery to start. It may be necessary to run the RV engine to provide sufficient power for the initial startup. Check that the roof air conditioner, microwave, and any electrical appliances plugged into the electrical outlets are turned off. The generator switch is on the monitor panel. If the generator is cold, press and hold the stop prime end of the switch until the indicator light comes on. Then press and hold the start end of the switch until the generator starts. To stop the generator, press the stop end of the switch. The generator must not be operated while the RV is in motion. Check the RV fuel before starting the generator. The generator will consume about 4 liters of fuel per hour of operation. The fuel supply is shared with the RV engine and requires a minimum of a quarter tank of gasoline or petrol to operate. There is an hourly charge for the use of the generator. If you have purchased the Platinum Plus package, use of the generator is included. In some of our SVC and MHX models, the electrical plug will need to be connected to the outlet in the electrical compartment to supply power to the coach. If any electrical appliances are not working when the generator is running, check to see if this needs to be done. Your RV may have either a U-shaped dinette or a bench dinette. This can be converted to a bed to accommodate 1 adult or 2 small children. If you have a U-shaped dinette, turn the locking knob to the left to unlock the tabletop from the post. Carefully pull up on the table to separate it from the post. Stow the table to the side. Using a gentle rocking motion, remove the post from the floor mount and store. Place the tabletop on the dinette seat rails. Place the surrounding dinette cushions on top of the table to form the bed. If you have a bench dinette, the table will be attached to the wall. Locate the locking lever under the front of the table and pull to release. Push the table down in line with the bench. If the table has no lever, you will need to pull up on the table to unlock it from the wall and gently push the table down in line with the bench. Place the surrounding dinette cushions on top of the table to form the bed. To return the table with the lever to its original position, pull the table up and lock it into place. To return the table with no lever to its original position, pull up on the tabletop, match the table hinge to the wall hinge, then lower the table to a flat position. If your RV has overcab beds, you'll see a fold-back lid that enables easy access to the cab. This lid should be in the closed position when using the bed or when you're parked up at night. You will then be able to easily attach the privacy curtain to the edge of the overcab. The privacy curtain is stored in one of the overcab cupboards. Use the provided ladder to access the overcab beds. We want you to be safe on your RV vacation. Your RV is fitted with a battery-powered smoke detector, a fire extinguisher, and a combination carbon monoxide and propane gas detector, which is designed to detect and alert you of possible dangerous gases in the RV. This detector is powered by the coach battery. For more detailed information on these safety features, please refer to your guest guide. With no rear window in your RV, you need to rely on your side mirrors to see what's behind you. Whenever you are reversing, you should always have a person standing at the rear of the RV to guide you. We call this person a spotter. You should be able to see this person in your side mirror, and they should be able to see you. They will use hand signals to guide you as you reverse the RV. Many of the incidents guests have are caused whilst backing up, and these can be avoided if a spotter is used. Important: before you drive the RV, walk around it one last time to confirm that the black and gray waste tank valves are closed, the cap is on the waste outlet, and all exterior compartments are closed and locked. Thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this demonstration tour. We appreciate there's a lot to take in, particularly if this is your first time in an RV. Don't worry, you can watch this video again, and you'll find all this information and more inside the guest guide, which you'll receive when you pick up your RV. Use the guest guide as the first place to find answers whenever you need help. All that's left for us is to wish you an enjoyable and safe vacation. Enjoy experiencing Canada at your own pace.